And the doctor is in this morning to discuss what you can do to help prevent yourself from becoming a victim of insect bites. Good morning, Dr. VJ.
Good morning.
I just want to roll my paper up and start swatting.
That's right.
Well, we're talking about mosquitoes here, and
right.
what usually happens, you know, when families are outside, and of course the kids come home with bites all
That's
over
right.
them.
You know, one of the most common insects that we're bitten by, at least here in South Texas, is the mosquito. And with the recent rain, you know, we have a bumper crop of mosquitoes, along with other insects, but mosquitoes tend to be the most common ones. And their bites, luckily these days, are nothing but an annoyance. Certain people have more of a reaction to them with larger welts, and whereas others, it doesn't bother them too much. You know, in other areas, they can transmit diseases such as malaria, but we really don't have that in South Texas.
Okay.
You know, that's been eliminated. Really, vast majority of the United States has had no reported cases of new malaria. But still, it's quite bothersome, and to many little children especially. You know, you can have welts all on their faces and arms, and you know, ruins the celebration for sure.
And it itches, it just itches like crazy. You know, what can people do to prevent getting bitten by a mosquito?
Well, you know, that's obviously the best way to go about it. Instead of treating it, the best thing to do is prevention. And ways to prevent it is, one, you can put on some of these insect repellents. These are safe for the vast majority of adults, although there's certain people who should be careful. It's a good idea to look at the can and make sure you're following the precautions. DEET is one of those chemicals, and you can put it on your clothes, and some are even safe to put on your skin. If you don't want chemicals, there are other natural ingredients that you can put on. So you put it on before you get out there for the barbecue, and probably lasts a couple hours, and you can reapply it. That's the first thing. Another one is avoid standing pools of water in the area where you're going to be barbecuing. That's also a good option.
I don't know if this is a myth or if it's actually a fact, but using garlic or eating garlic?
You know, there are certain chemicals in food that can be an insect deterrent, but it depends on how many insects there are around. So there's garlic, there's certain thyme-rich foods that also will have your body secrete these chemicals through the skin, and some of these insects find it distasteful. But you know, we have some persistent mosquitoes down here in South Texas. So.
And when you're also outside, you have to be aware of any bees in the area.
That's right, bees, wasps, then you have fire ants. You know, bee stings are a little bit more of an annoyance because they hurt a whole lot more. You know, and a good first aid treatment for the bee stings is actually mixing up some meat tenderizer with water and putting it on the area after you take the stinger out. What the meat tenderizer does is it breaks down the protein in the insect bite, and it helps resolve it faster. Ice also helps, you know, warm packs and cold packs being the more beneficial. And then you have the wasps, and then if you get tick bites, which are fairly unusual, you want to make sure to get the head of the tick out. Using tweezers.
Some good advice there. Thank you very much, Dr. VJ. Remember, the doctor is